Okay, and question 4 has 3 parts. First part is to express 3x squared plus 24x plus 50 in the form a times x plus b squared plus c. Part B, given that f of x is x cubed plus 12x squared plus 50x, take 11, find f dash x. And hence or otherwise explain why the curve with the equation y equals f of x is strictly increasing for all values of x. Okay, so here we go. First part was to write 3x squared plus 24x plus 50 in the form ax plus b squared plus c. Now you can take your time with this. Okay, a plus b squared means a plus x plus b, pardon me, times x plus b, and you're timesing that by a. Now what's x plus b times x plus b? It's x squared plus bx, or xb, plus another bx plus b squared. So we have a times x squared plus 2bx plus b squared. And then we have our plus c, multiplied through by a, and you have ax squared plus 2abx plus ab squared plus c. Now if you only compare these two things, you can see that a has to be 3, because that's the only thing involving x squared. So a has to be 3. 2ab is the coefficient of x, so that has to be 24. Now 2ab has to be 24. Now we know what a is, it's 3. So 2 times 3 is 6, times b gives you 24, so b has to be 4. The last thing there is ab squared plus c, nothing to do with x, that has to be 50. So we know what a is, it's 3, we know what b is, it's 4, so 3 times 4 squared plus c has to be 50. 4 squared is 16, 3 16s are 48, plus what gives 6? 50, so c has to be 2. So putting in these values, so 3x squared plus 24x plus 50 is 3 times x plus 4 squared plus 2. There we have it there. Part B, really easy. F of x is x cubed plus 12x squared plus 50x, take away 11. Find f dash x, just differentiate it. 3x squared plus 2 12s are 24x plus 50. Okay. Part C, hence or otherwise, show why the curve of the equation y equals f of x. Why is that increasing for all values of x? In other words, why is the gradient positive for all values of x? Okay, so here we go. There's the formula for the gradient. 3x squared plus 24x plus 50. And big surprise, that's what we were doing earlier on in part A. We had to put it into this form here. How does that help us? Well, don't forget what f dash x is. It's a formula for the gradient of that graph. Now, so there's the formula for the gradient written in another form. And you'll notice that the gradient is always positive. If you have anything squared, it's going to be a positive. Times 3 makes it more positive. And if you add 2, obviously just adds 2 to the gradient. Okay. The very smallest the gradient can be is when x is minus 4. Minus 4 add 4 is nothing. Square it, you get nothing. Times it by 3, you get nothing. But you add 2, so the gradient is still 2. So, how can I write this down? So, there we have it there. X plus 4 squared is always greater than or equal to 0. Okay, times it and add 2 is always going to be greater than or equal to 2, which I mentioned earlier on. Okay, so there we go, how I've written that. So the gradient will always be positive, so it's cyclically increasing for all values of x.